Hello, everyone, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. On behalf of IFLA Local History and Genealogy, Library Service to Multicultural Populations Sections, and Middle East and North Africa Regional Division, I welcome you all. I would like to thank IFLA for their support and providing the Zoom platform, especially Megan Price for her continued support. Today's webinar is coordinated by IFLA Local History and Genealogy, Library Service to Multicultural Populations Section, and Middle East and North Africa Regional Division to provide insight into the history and challenges of holdings in Iraqi libraries. So before I introduce our speaker, a few Zoom housekeeping details to keep today's webinar running smooth. Comments are welcome in the chat box at any time, and if you have any questions regarding the webinar, please type them in the Q&A box. The webinar is in English, but you have also accessed the Arabic slides. On the bottom right hand, through resources menu, you will receive also the recording right after the webinar. So we are honored to welcome our presenter, Dr. Faiza Abid Al-Bayati. Dr. Faiza Abid Al-Bayati is a professor at the Al-Mustansiriya University, Iraq. She worked as a director of the Library and Informatics Development Division at the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. Her research interests are libraries, information, and documentation. She is editor-in-chief of the Iraqi Journal for Information and Documentation Studies and an expert in libraries and information centers at the Iraqi Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Researchers. So once again, welcome everyone, and I apologize for starting the webinar a bit with a delay. So without a further ado, we are so glad you are here with us. We hope that everyone enjoys today's webinars. Dr. Faiza, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you. Thank you. The presentation, the title of the presentation is the Iraqi manuscripts, their reality, institutions, and their challenges. I'd like to give you a short introduction about the manuscripts of Iraq. Since the invention and occupation of Iraq in 2003, ignorance of the situation of the Iraqi manuscripts heritage is still widespread. Please, the next, the other, next, yes, next. Okay. During the past 20 years, the specialists or the workers in the field of manuscripts in Iraq have become more isolated from the international professional community. I'd like to give you a background on looting and destroying the Iraqi intellectual heritage of manuscripts. Historical blocks indicate that the Mongols destroyed and burned the manuscripts that were in the Abbasid of Wisdom in Baghdad. This house included a huge manuscripts intellectual heritage written by Arabic Muslim scholars who came to Baghdad and settled there. More than 400,000 manuscripts were stolen and smuggled at that time. Another more than 1,200 manuscripts were stolen by a British traveler, transferred them to the British Museum Library during the British occupation of Iraq between the period 1914 up to 1958. Next, please. What remained of this heritage was scattered among the mosques and the private libraries until God gave some safe hands to protect. Some hands, yes, to protect and preserve it by indexing some manuscripts and investigating and publishing others during the period from 1918 up to 2003. A large number of precious and rare manuscripts that were looted and smuggled during the years of lawlessness Iraq witnessed through the period started from 1991 up to 2003. Next. Yes. How Iraq preserved manuscripts before 2003. After the issuing of Antiquities Law in 1940, number 59 of number 59 of 1936, Iraq started collecting manuscripts. The number of the collected manuscripts at that time reached 2,250 manuscripts. That was when the House of Manuscripts was established in 1961. In 1974, after the Antiquities Law number 120 was issued as amended law, it provided a greater protection for manuscripts because this law regarded it as a national wealth. Since 1974 until the beginning of the 80s, number of manuscripts reached 36,050 manuscripts. In 1988, the Iraqi Manuscripts House occupied one of the most beautiful heritage houses in Baghdad, affiliated to the General Authority for Antiquities and Heritage. After 1988, the number of manuscripts increased to 47,000 volumes, occupying 3 heritage houses in the heart of the capital, Baghdad. Next. The house preserves the precious of historical and literary manuscripts, some of which date back to the 1st century after Hijrah, belong to major authors, historians, scientists, and writers. Also include wide scientific fields approaching to 33 fields. The number of manuscripts of the public and the private libraries after registered in the house reached to total of 35,000 volumes. The most famous stolen manuscripts before 2003 are: the first one is the Quran delivered to the British Museum. This manuscript, written by the most famous calligrapher in history, His name is Ali bin Hilal ibn al-Bawab, known as Ibn al-Bawab, who died in 413 after Hijrah. The second, Israeli documents archived in ministries such as Foreign Affairs and Iraqi's official occupation of Israel, of stealing the Babylonian Torah manuscript is perhaps the most famous indication of the looting of its manuscripts. Number three, the Islamic State's invasion of Mosul in 2014 also burned and looted many manuscripts, especially manuscripts at the University of Mosul and places designated for presentation, like manuscripts and churches. The number of the looted manuscripts exceeded to 4,000 manuscripts. During the uprising in the provinces of Iraq in 1991, 20,000 manuscripts were endangered. 364 were confirmed as missing. 1,000 manuscripts from the Baraki and Kashani, also other special collections of Najaf and Karbala, were transferred to Iran during that uprising. Another protection, procedures before 2003 made by the government. First, all manuscripts were taken to the shelter, microfilms to a second undisclosed location, CDs to a third undisclosed location. All manuscripts were taken to the shelter, microfilms to a second undisclosed location, the CD-ROMs to a third undisclosed location. The shelter contains nearly 800 steel trunks of manuscripts, including 500 trunks to the manuscripts house as follows: 2 trunks from other collections, 83 trunks of rare published books. These trunks contain 50,000 manuscripts, including 47,000 from the collection and 3,000 manuscripts from other collections of these institutions, which are the Iraqi Academy of Science. The numbers appears here is 667. The Mosul Central Library, 301 manuscripts. University of Mosul Library, 122 manuscripts. University of Tikrit for 40 manuscripts. And Kirkuk Central Library, 40 manuscripts. However, the number of manuscripts lost during the U.S. invasion in 2003. Before I show you the numbers, I'd like to give you the word that the Director General of UNESCO, Koshiro Matsuura, which is speaking in mid-April 2003, after the war. He said libraries, archives, and manuscripts must be preserved as essential parts of the rich heritage of Iraq. Libraries are the essences of knowledge societies. Nearly 20 countries of written history of mankind are in danger. He wanted that to that devastation and looting of libraries and archives in the country may have irreversible consequences. Researcher student at the University of Chicago. Now he is a professor in the Department of History and American Studies at the University of Mary Washington in Virginia, who has family ties to Iraq, managed to visit Baghdad from the period started from 25 up to 31 in May. He had done research, interviewed a number of officials working with manuscripts collections, also with libraries and academic researchers' facilities. He circulated a major report a few days later. His name is Tikriti, and I'll give you the link of his report. After interviewing with a number of officials who working with manuscripts collections, it became immediately clear to him and to history researchers that there are significant losses and a great deal of work lies ahead to constitute such facilities in the coming months and years. The libraries of Iraq, the libraries of Iraq manuscripts collections had many needs that should be addressed as soon as possible. According to the appendix included in his major report, the number of looted and lost manuscripts were as follows. This is the appendix included in his report. You can see the name of these institutions and the number of manuscripts that holds and the fate of these manuscripts. The first دار المخطوطات العراقية means the Iraqi manuscript house. Formerly was named as دار صدام للمخطوطات, Saddam House of Manuscripts. The holdings were 47,000 on 47,000 of manuscripts, 3,000 other other manuscripts from the Academy of Mosul and Tikrit, Kirkuk, Basra. This collections transferred safely to a shelter in a city near Baghdad. مكتبة الأوقاف المركزية, which is the Ministry of Endowment, Religion Affairs Central Library, whose holdings were 7,000 manuscripts. These 600 up to 70 up to 600 up to 700 manuscripts were burned, and 1,000 to 1,100 were looted. National Library and Archive, you can see the number of archives, 12 million documents and rare books looted and burned. Beit al-Hikmah, which is the House of Wisdom, the same name of the house that were in Abbasid era. Here is the manuscripts of it looted and burned. Iraqi Academy of Science burned. 80% of his books looted. And you can see all the other institutions and the number of their manuscripts and the if the status are okay or burned or looted. These are up to 28 institutions. The last one is Bashayan Abbasi Basra. This is the holdings of it was were 1,200 manuscripts. This is okay. It's a famous library in Basra. In Basra, it's a very famous and very important library in Basra. Next. The new agenda for the Manuscript Center now. They try to preserve the other holdings which were not looted. The first step of the agenda in the agenda is holding monthly meeting by the board of directors in the center. The second, recognizing the administrative structure of the center. 3, replacing the card catalog with an automated authentication system. 4, make the employees and multi-skills by involving them in various training courses inside and outside Iraq. 5, appointing new employees with appropriate competencies to work in manuscripts. 6, fighting the financial and administrative corruption. 7, establishing a large cultural building in the heart of Baghdad to embrace the great heritage wealth of manuscripts. 8, facilitating the use of the contents of various manuscripts by providing best services to those whom interested in the Arabic and Islamic manuscripts inside and outside Iraq. 9, establishing cultural exchange relations with Manuscript Center in the world based on the principles of mutual benefit through the exchange of manuscripts images. There is a great initiative to revive its unique manuscripts for the House of Manuscripts. Here the picture shows the signing a memorandum corporation of this innovation between the president of the Iraqi Antiquities Authority and the counselor of the French embassy in Baghdad to advance the work of the House of Manuscripts. In order to save, pardon, yes, the next. Yes, next. Yes. Thank you. In order to save what remains and to recover some of the lost of the Iraqi Manuscripts House, launched a major multilateral initiative in 2022. This, I mean, the initiative I am talking about. This initiative aims to build the capacity of the House's technical teams in the field of preserving valuable manuscripts and rare books. This program is launched in a partnership with the Bibliothèque Nationale de France and with the assistance or with the corporation of the Geneva-based International Alliance for the Protection of Heritage in Conflict Areas, which is named as Elif Foundation. Also with the, this is the support institution, foundation, a supporter to Bibliothèque Nationale de France. The third one is the Iraqi Organization for the Preservation of Heritage, which is named as Liwan for Cultural and Development, acting as the program's implementing partner. The most important needs of the house revealed from the they made a survey in order to these institutions made a survey in order to know the needs of the house Initiative is to digitization and timelessness of manuscripts, since the condition for the protection of the original are not guaranteed. This is the aims of the this is the what's revealed from the review. Sorry. Number two, lack of digital photocopying equipment to provide a digital copy of manuscripts. The third one is Iraqi manuscripts need a killer digital photocopy characterized by accuracy and the possibility of preservation in special digital archiving. The fourth is decrease in specialization staff. They found that there's a decrease in specialized staff and expertise required for the maintenance and restoration. Also, there is a decrease in indexing staff. Number five, there's cooperating with Iraqi and international bodies. There should be a cooperation with the Iraqi and international bodies to implement this initiative and benefiting from the experiences of other countries in the field. Sixth one, the plan aspires to expand the initiatives to include the diagnosis of stolen manuscripts through cooperation and coordination with the Iraqi provinces in order to preserve the manuscripts they have. The joint report with the France and Italy includes the following. First, exchange experiences on written heritage, as starting with the invitation was made to a free. The first step, starting with an invitation was made to a three of the house employees to the training course held by the French National Library in Lebanon in June 2022. The second one is a 4-week workshop of intensive training in Baghdad during October and December 2022 with the support of the Italian and the French embassies. Yesterday night, the president of Liwan organization, whose name is Dr. Mehyar, sent me the project outline. The president of Liwan sent me the project outline. I'd like to show it to you. The paragraph of the outline is the first. Bank National Foundation, I think this is the abbreviation of BNF, and Liwan, this is the organization, as the implementing partner, have been founded by an ALIF grant to implement the following activities with the objectives of reinforcing the capabilities of the House of Manuscripts in its digitization initiative, its digital infrastructure and cataloging programs, as well as the physical conservation of manuscripts. The planned activities are as follows. Implementation of a new integrated library system based on Koha. This is a documentation system, electronic documentation system, a free and it is a free open source and widely used software suitable for manuscripts. This is currently this system is currently shared by many libraries in Iraq, including the Iraqi National Library and Archive. And the other one is the other paragraph is implementing of a new integrated library system based on Koha, also on Koha, a free open source and widely used software suitable for manuscripts, currently shared by setting up of a new digital and data infrastructure, autonomous and dedicated for the House of Manuscripts, with its own server and improved storage capacities for digital images of manuscripts. The other one is supplying new digitization equipment, notably the purchase of book eye scanners compatible with existing IT equipment used by the House of Manuscripts. Purchase of equipment and supplies for conservation and restoration. Continuous technical support from Iraqi and Bank National Funds experts on site, online, to assist with the implementation and enhancement of the procedures, activities and capacities at the House of Manuscripts. And this is the, I think this is the end, and thank you for listening and executing for my English is not perfect, and if there's another presentation in Arabic, if some persons need to read it or see it, I put it on the sorry, I send it to IFLA, and they will show it to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Faiza, for
Yes.
the great presentation and providing very informative information regarding the history of manuscripts in Iraq. It was really great and wonderful, and you got very good quiet number of manuscripts in your country. Thanks a lot. So now we are open for questions and answer. Please type your questions and questions in the chat, in the Q and answer box, so I can just one by one ask Dr. Faiza and get your answers. So Dr. Faiza, once again, thank you so much. I'm just starting to asking the questions that our participants already asked from you. The first question is that if the manuscript catalog available online, and if yes, please provide the link for accessing the catalog.
I think the House of Manuscripts are trying to arrange for an index and access it online. That time they know what manuscripts the house have, and how the numbers of manuscripts in each institute and library.
So you mean that you have not provided the online catalog yet, right?
No, not yet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So the next question is that regarding agenda, how about the digitization of these manuscripts? If like you have digitized the manuscripts or not yet?
Not yet. We have the manuscripts printed on CD-ROMs and on microfilm, but not a form of digitization. Digitization should have a document system, and this is what Liwan and other institutions tried to do. Yes.
So thank you. The next question is that tell us about more about the 4-week workshop in Baghdad in 2022. What was the impact and what seminar programs were helpful in what key areas?
I think the director general of the House of Manuscripts can answer this question. I don't know if he's if he present here or not, but because I'm not working at Manuscripts in the Manuscripts house, so I couldn't answer this question.
Okay, thank you. There is one question that is it's interesting. Do you know the type of the manuscripts, languages, and topics, and etc.?
Yes.
Any
Yes.
information regarding, because that is very interesting to me also. If there
Yes.
are, if you have on pamphlets or whatever like your manuscripts.
You mean you like to know the languages of the manuscripts? Yes.
Yes, the
Most,
type of manuscripts, the languages, and
most,
if what format they are available.
yes. Most manuscripts which is available at the House of Manuscripts and the other institutions and libraries in Iraq is written in Arabic, Persian, Turkish, Urdu, as well as Kurdish, German, French, English, and Hebrew. And there is a few in another languages, a few manuscripts written in another language. The subjects in different subjects, written in different subjects, reach to 33 subjects in medicine, engineering, financial, history, geographic, in every subject you can imagine.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yes.
really great.
Yes.
Thank you. So the other question is that the Iraqi manuscript belongs to which ethnic group? Is it belong to Ashurian civilization?
It's for the for each period there is a number of manuscripts written in that period with the language of that period. And with the many Arabs who settled in Baghdad, they came from different countries of the world, so they wrote manuscripts with their languages.
Mhm.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great to know. So the next question is that what kind of data security management have you managed to establish, or digital files are also valuable to effects of conflict or natural disaster?
Pardon, could you please repeat the?
Yes, sure. What kind of data security management have you tried to establish for your manuscript? I believe the question is yes.
I think digitization is the most important or most important way or method to keep the manuscripts out of destroying and looting or another destruction, another ways of destruction.
Yeah. And you said that you have not started the digitization of manuscripts yet. Yeah, right.
No, not yet.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And the next question is that how about the date of manuscripts? Do you have manuscripts from Ottoman period? I mean, you
Yes,
mentioned, but
yes, there is from Ottoman period, and there is the manuscripts from the first Hijrah, and also from the Ashur period, Babylon period, and in many the most period that ruled Iraq. There is a manuscripts available of that period.
oh, that's wonderful.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Yeah, great to know. So I think we covered all questions. Please type your question and answer. We still have few more minutes. So if you have any questions, because I see that we covered all questions. Yes. Yes. So there is one more question in the chat box that will you provide indexing in English for your manuscripts?
Yes, of course, in English and in Arabic.
Okay, English and Arabic,
We
right?
have to try to do indexing in English and in Arabic.
Okay, great. So
Yes.
yeah, thank you. And what is the timeline for digitization when you are planning for being to like
Yes,
Mhm.
in fact, I don't know, but I will ask the House of Wisdom, the House of Manuscripts about the timeline. And maybe I'll ask the president of Liwan, Dr. Mehiar, about, because he involved in this project and he can answer this question.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, usually like, you know, the administration and authorities know better for digitization process and timeline. I know that the same like in my country also. So thank you so much, Dr. Faiza. It was really great. And you covered all the questions and answered. Yes, it was really a wonderful presentation and very informative, actually, in terms of like, you know, we always hear from like the West, but like regarding Middle East, like, you know, I think this presentation needed really. So thank you so much.
Because my English not perfect, so
No, please.
I hope all the
It was great.
okay, thank you so much.
It was great. And I would like to thank our participants that you joined this webinar today. And once again, I apologize for starting in the beginning a little bit with delay. Thank you so much. And yeah, we are ending the webinar. So bye everyone and have a great time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.